One Piece Manga Chapter 1179, title Advent of Neurona Emo. Finally, IMU'S face has revealed after 28 years later. Fans are so much excited right now. The hype is real, guys. All the speculations have been proven wrong. Emo is a man, not a woman, and his aura shakes the entire Elbaf. Do not miss this legendary chapter. Man, this gives me goosebumps. After so many years, Oda finally decided to reveal his last trump card. And the cover page is also engaging. We saw our favorite Ace again after a long time, where Ace Otama and Yamato several baby wild boars on a walk along a swamp. It's a moment of reminder when Ace came to Wano. Man, Otama looks so cute here. Okay, now let's move on to main story. This is where the previous chapter ended. In the previous chapter, Emo said that he would go to Elbaf himself to defeat Luffy and Loki. If you haven't seen the previous chapter, please watch it. Recent previous chapters are available in my channel. Now let's start the chapter. And then the elders were surprised to hear this from Emo, because Emo has not been directly involved anywhere since Void Century. So they were very worried about Emo's intention. The scene shifts to the elders. There, an elder says why would he go to Elbaf, and asks him to think again about his decision, because according to them, it is not appropriate for Emo to go to the lower level of a god. And in the next scene, Garling is seen pushing through the door, and recently, he became an elder after Saturn died. And Garling was saying how can they be so carefree, because Hollyland was also in a bad situation. Long story short, this problem started after Revolutionary Army stepped in. Now there is a food crisis here, but I am totally happy about this, cause those celestial garbage deserves this curse. And then Garling was saying that although the situation has improved a bit since Shamrock's return, still they have to think about the food crisis, and he mocked Mars. What kind of rulers is he if he can't even fill his people's bellies? I don't believe it here. When did Garling start thinking so much about everyone? Then Garling said that now they will need military power to keep the world under control. Then Garling got a call from York. York was crying to Garling because of hunger, because he didn't get everything he wanted. And to get these things, he betrayed the rest of the Vegapunks. But Garling told him that there is a food crisis in Elbaf now. So if he wants to lead a life like a celestial dragon, he has to use the Mother Flame to create energy. And York kept crying and saying that he didn't get what he was promised. And then Garling told him that he has to do some atonement because he's also a Vegapunk. And then Garling got annoyed and hung up the phone. Then the conversation between the 5 elders started. Garling said that the time is going very bad for them now. Then Valkyrie said that all this started after Nika the sun god appeared. Then Jupiter said, was it merely coincidence? Or is it truly inevitable? Damn, man. It seems that something big is going to happen in the next chapters. Then Jupiter tells Emo, in any case, it will not be right for him to go to the lower world. And they are making arrangements to send all the admirals there. But Nusturo said that all the admirals are busy with what is currently going on. Then Valkyrie says that then they will all go there together once again to handle the situation. And Garling told Valkyrie that even if everything is left out, it does not seem like a small incident to him. This incident is impossible for them to change. In that moment, Emo was very much preoccupied. Emo was also saying all those things are inevitable, cause in the past Rock said he will come back. Then Roger said search the whole world. Then he was thinking about Princess Shirahoshi. Then he was thinking about stolen devil fruit, which was done by Shanks. Then he thought about King Harold. What lies in Elbaf? Then he thought about Harold's son Loki, who destroyed many of his marine ships. The Florian Triangle mystery solved. Was it Loki all along? And then he thought about Whitebeard. Why Whitebeard saved a child and who he was. Monkey D. Luffy. Who is that Marshall D. Teach? Why they become so important? And the things were going on. Nefertari D. Lily, Joy Boy, Devi Jones, and then some isolated pictures were seen next to Emo. There were Luffy and Shirahoshi. And on his wall there was someone who looked like Vivi. And Emo was then asking that figure if he would still make him suffer. He only wanted Princess Vivi now. Guys, here is the fan theory that the previous princess chose Joy Boy instead of Emo. Maybe that's where all this started. What do you think, guys? Comment below. And then it was seen that Emo was very angry and said all this began long ago. And along with that, he was summoning Pentagram, and the elders were calling him to stop him. And the last time Emo told them like this, he entrusted the Holy Land into their hands. But some were still stopping him. Then Garling said it's not in their authority to stop him. Valkyrie and Mars wanted to stop him from leaving, but everyone else understood that there was nothing they could do. Here, there is no one who can stop him. And then Emo disappeared from there, and the whole Holy Land was covered in clouds. Then the scene shifted to the western village of Elbaf's Sun Realm. There Gerd was calling Hydrudden and Stanson to show him a strange thing. Gerd was saying that he saw a demon regenerate. He was actually talking about Summers. Gerd was making fun of him and showing how it was working like a magnet, and Gerd was saying it's terrifying. But Summers was saying that if there was anyone terrifying here, it was her. Man, how funny! Summers was threatening her that she would make his situation worse. And then Goldberg asked everyone to look at his hand. He is showing kind of a metal heart in his hand. So then Zoro said if they destroy it, then those who are with Summers will not be able to regenerate anymore. And then looking at Summers' scared look, Zoro's words could be true. And the funny thing, Zoro is thinking like a clever person, although he is not that much clever. Then the scene shifts to Walrus School, where Frankie was telling Brooke and Usopp that they would be fine even though some of their bones were broken. So he offered to become cyborgs for them. But they were a little nervous when they heard this. And Jinbe was wondering where Chopper actually went, because no one except the two of them had seen Chopper for a long time. And next to him was Killingham's bad condition. Sanji was hanging him from a tree, and Killingham was giving him a thread that he would not forget his name, and would teach him a hard lesson. So he wanted Killingham to remember his name, but Sanji mocked and pretended that he had forgotten his name. Man, how funny. Then the scene shifts again to Loki and Luffy. The ice cube that was behind them was now only Gunko unconscious. And then Loki came to Walrus School with Luffy. And then Loki was asking to Lilith why everything was completely frozen, and there was no thermal energy in it. Lilith explained about his machine to Loki. Then everyone was seen so hungry for food, and Luffy needs it more than ever. Then they begun to eat food. When Loki was eating food, then he saw that the food had become hard like ice, because Vegapunk had turned everything into ice with his machine, while extinguishing the fire all around. On the other hand, Luffy was eating but was thinking about Usopp and Brooke, and Loki was telling Luffy that he should think about them later. First, he had to eat something to get better. Then Luffy asked him if the girl he froze was still alive or not, and Loki told him no, she wasn't dead. And this ice is only able to melt by his squirrel. That means, guys, Ragnir has a special power. The scene shifts to Nami. His cloud partner Zeus was extinguishing the fire through rain. Then Nami noticed something on the horizon. In an instant, a huge explosion occurred next to the castle. A huge black line, kind of continuous black lightning, started falling from the sky. And Nami was totally shocked to see it. And similar incidents were seen happening in for other different places. I was not prepared to see what happened in the next scene. A huge pentagram was created right above the castle, breaking through the sky. And this was the sign that our wait for so many years was about to end. It's time to rival the main antagonist of this anime. And the residents of Elbaf started saying, is this a magic circle or not? In the next scene, it was seen that almost everything in the area where the pentagram was spread had come to life, and they were behaving demonically. The residents of Elbaf were running around in fear, and they saw that the trees in the forest had also come to life. They thought this could be due to the power of someone's devil fruit. Then Nami was calling the other and asking them to look at this. Yeah guys, situation looks quite dark in castle area. In the next scene, a big black smoke was seen right above the castle, and Conqueror Haki was spreading around in such a way that it was beyond words. And in the middle of the moment, many people fainted immediately. And those who could bear this haki were surprised by the intensity of this haki, like Zoro feeling this haki. And Chopper was seen holding Zoro very tightly. Loki and Luffy felt this familiar haki again, and they saw this haki coming from the castle. The scene shifts to Rust Castle, where King Harald had drawn a pentagram in the past, because Emo told him to do so, and Emu was now seen inside the castle. His teleportation was complete, but Emo was seen screaming for some reason. Then it was seen that his silhouette was changing, and the black skin was falling from his body. Man, what a transformation. And in the next scene it was seen that two devil wings were coming out of his back. And with that the roof of the castle collapsed. Droggy and Brogy were saying, "Who is that over there?" Man, they don't know who has arrived in this Elbaf. I would say it's gonna be their nightmare. The next page is the last part of this glorious chapter, and it showed that thick black mist was flowing very strongly across Elbaf. There every objects and trees had become demonic. Everyone in Elbaf was feeling the presence of someone, but they don't know who is he. Summers and Killingham were shouting, and saying they never imagined that their great one would appear here. And then Elbaf people noticed that someone sitting on the top of the castle. Yes guys, Emo's true form is revealed, creator of the world government. One of the first 20 power, Akuma no Mi, king of the world Saint Nerona Emu. Damn, what in the world? Just insane. Oda-sensei, you are the best. Though Oda-sensei ditched us, we literally thought Emo is a woman. But Oda being Oda, he didn't let our dream come true. But guys, I don't think it's a bad thing, because Emo have to be a man for many reasons. Like when we saw the Luffy versus Big Mom fight. It was very lame, but now it can be said their fight will be legendary. And what can I say about MU's looks? It's absolutely 10 on 10. Man, what an illustration. His eyes looks like Mihawk. He has an eye tattoo like Illuminati on his hand. He has a horn like Kaido on his head. He even has a tail like a devil. Yes, totally a pure devil. And his weapon is a lot like Wukong style. His sitting on the castle is also a lot like Wukong style. And here the chapter ends. Although I wanted to know more about what will happen from here. But there is a break next week, so you have to wait another week. And comment how you like this chapter. And please subscribe to the channel and give a like to the video. I will come up with the next chapter for you soon. So see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.